Howdy everyone, welcome back to Ride or Die. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Bagsmart or Bagsmart, whatever. Vega 43-liter carry-on travel duffel backpack that the people at Bagsmart were kind enough to send over to us for review. And even provide us with a 10% discount code that is either on the screen or in the description down below, or both. Who knows? In any case, this is a very interesting bag, and I am interested in getting into it. Of course, my opinions are my own, and the people at Bagsmart were kind enough to let me give my honest opinion on this bag. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So to start off with, this is meant to be kind of a 3-in-1 bag. It's meant to kind of solve 3 different carry solutions. So it could be used as a traditional duffel with these handles. You can flop out these backpack straps and wear it like a backpack. And I don't have it here, but there's like a messenger bag strap that'll go across it, and you can carry it that way as well. So it's a unique bag, probably meant to solve the needs of one bag travel people. So people that are looking to, save money, not have to wait at the baggage carousel and things like that. Just kind of get their stuff and go at the airport. People that are maybe traveling internationally and they want a kind of low profile solution. So at 43 liters, this is a pretty large bag. It's pretty close in terms of the size of my actual carry-on suitcase that I use when I compare the two of those together. And there's a lot to this bag to discuss. So we're going to switch to the overhead cam, talk a little bit about all of the different pockets and things like that. And then we'll come back and just talk a little bit about my thoughts and opinions on the bag. All right, let's take a look at what this bag has to offer. So starting off, we have this, what would be the back panel of the backpack. So this would be the part that faces your back. So if you're wearing it as a backpack, this would be on your back, and this would be what is facing out. So this would be the top here with this zippered pocket. The Bagsmart logo, little loud for a logo on a bag like this. And then if we flip this back over, you might notice that this back panel, this panel of the backpack that goes against your back, is actually also a laptop sleeve. So this is meant to accommodate up to a 15.6-inch laptop. I put a 13-inch laptop in here along with a portable monitor, and it was pretty spacious, accommodated both pretty readily. One thing to kind of note though is if you're using this bag in like the duffel configuration and you have a display or a laptop in here, that's going to kind of compress the contents of the bag. So depending on how full your bag is, just kind of note that the weight of whatever's in here is going to push down on it. So just keep that in mind. This is pretty well padded. It's not like the most luxurious feeling kind of notebook or laptop compartment, I guess I would say. It has the interior polyester that's very soft that you'll see in the rest of this bag as well. But a very well padded laptop case, however, not necessarily the most amazing feeling on the back. So there's no ventilation here. This is very much like taking a laptop sleeve and stacking against your back. So just something to kind of keep in mind there. So we're going to keep working from the outside before we work our way in. But this is the main compartment, or the access to the main compartment via this laptop panel, so to speak. All right, so let's take a look at some of these additional pockets on the bag. We have on either side little hideaway pockets for the straps. So if you don't want to have it in duffel mode and you'd like to convert it into backpack mode, which is what we're about to do, you can kind of hide those things away. If you decide that you would like to bring out the backpack mode or transform into backpack mode, you can just pull these little straps out like this, and you can actually connect these to the corners like that. Now, you might be thinking this could cause an issue getting in and out of the bag, and you would be right, because once you have these in place, this is the access to the main compartment. As you can see, I run against the strap there. So in order to open this bag now, I would have to maybe unclip this corner or something like that. So something to just kind of note that getting in and out of the bag is a little bit more difficult in its backpack configuration. So I'll clip that back on there real quick. These backpack straps are well padded. You've got some daisy chain flourishes here, which you have all throughout the bag. These are all over the place on this bag. You do have the Bagsmart branding that we see in a lot of different locations across the bag there as well. There's no getting past, this is a Bagsmart brand. You will find this logo everywhere on this bag. So those are the backpack straps. I think they're pretty comfortable in my opinion. This is really great to kind of like load down with stuff and then throw it on your bag. It does really well in those conditions specifically. So I've been pretty happy with that aspect of this bag so far. All right, so additional pockets. Here towards what would be the bottom of the bag in the backpack configuration, we have a grab handle. We have another grab handle here at the top. So if you want to grab it like that, pick it up and haul it through the airport or wherever it might be, that'll be fine. Again, daisy chains in different locations, places for you to clip stuff onto. These are on either side of the bag, and you'll find those in addition to those grab handles. So a lot of places that you can kind of grab onto things. At the very bottom, there is a shoe pocket. So the shoe pocket is a place for you to shove your shoes in there. You can see there's another interior pocket in there. I'm going to shove my shoes in there just so we can see what it looks like a little bit later. My shoes are very big, so just note that your experience with how much space this takes up inside the luggage is probably not going to be conducive to my experience. So that's a nice feature. Again, my shoes are just a little bit too big and they take up a little bit too much room in my luggage, so I'm not likely to use that. But for people who like it, feel free. We have another zip pocket up here towards the top that will act as kind of a grab and go. Something to kind of keep in mind, however, is when you're wearing this as a backpack, this is going to be against your back. So if you want to open your backpack, you're going to have to take this thing off and you're going to have to unzip this panel. It's good for security. Your stuff is going to be safe for sure, but it's just something to kind of note. And this zipper, if you're thinking about this as a backpack, the zipper is faced towards you. So getting in and out of it is definitely going to mean taking the bag off of your back. This pocket is probably 3 or 4 inches deep. It's that polyester lining. The exterior is a poly cotton blend, and I think it feels a little bit more premium than the interior material. I'm a little bit worried about the longevity of this interior polyester. This is a similar fabric to the lining that you would find in like a traditional carry-on suitcase, but we'll talk more about that in a second. But before we do, I just want to show you the back. So something that's really important to keep in mind about this bag is if you're using this as a duffel, this is the bottom of the bag. If you're using this as the backpack, this is the outward facing portion of the bag, which means if you were using this in the duffel configuration and this got very dirty and you converted it into a backpack, suddenly all of that dirt is going to be out there for the world to see once this is on your back. So something to kind of keep in mind that, whatever gets on here, cat hair and detritus and stuff like is getting on it right now in my house, that's what everyone's going to see. And obviously, once again, they're going to see that Bagsmart logo. I do want to point out that one of these logos is kind of like peeling off. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be properly adhered. You know, something to just kind of note there. This zippered pocket at the bottom, by the way, is very similar to the zippered pocket on the top side. So it's just kind of a grab and go pocket. These zips, by the way, are rubberized, like a waterproof sort of style. I would say that this material is probably water resistant. I don't know that I would like submerge it into a pool or anything like that. However, the primary zips, let's see if I can get you to see this here, have a little spot here, a little locking mechanism. So you can shove a suitcase lock on that if you want to, which is a nice feature to have. That being said, I think we covered pretty much everything on the outside with the exception of the water bottle pocket. So this water bottle pocket, it says here or there, now or never. Yeah, I'll flip that around. Here or there, now or never. This is a little bit of a pocket in and of itself. Exactly what you could put under there, I'm not quite sure. Maybe an air tag or something. But this is a water bottle pocket for the backpack configuration primarily. So you can fit like a smart water bottle or something like that down in here. A thin water bottle should fit just fine. But an interesting feature nonetheless. All right, so with all of that out of the way, as if this bag wasn't confusing enough, let's go ahead and get to the interior. So to do that, I'm gonna undo one of these backpack straps. It's gonna allow me to open it all the way. As you can see, my shoes took up a lot of the interior space. I do have the messenger strap in here. It's a well padded strap, and it connects either at this corner and this corner, or these two corners where it would kind of hang like a briefcase almost kind of like that. Again, I'm not a big fan of that configuration, so I'm not likely to use that. You can see that, you know, my shoes have taken up a ton of this space, so I'm gonna presto changeo, take these shoes out of this bag. All right, so let's take a look at the lid while we're in here. The lid has a pretty traditional mesh pocket at the top. Again, this is a polyester lining. This mesh is similar to the mesh that you would find in a lot of luggage. This is really trying to be a kind of, I guess I would say, like meeting place of a backpack and traditional luggage. So it has a lot of traditional luggage styling. It has this wet dry zipper pack that I don't like totally love. It feels a little weird and cheap, but the idea with this is that you could put something wet in it, or if you had other wet things in your bag and you wanted this stuff to stay dry, that would work either way. It is interesting that this is one of the zippers that's not waterproofed or rubberized, so make of that what you will. On the other side, there is and maybe I can flip this guy around, there is a pocket. It's very long. I would have preferred this to just be maybe one large pocket, but you can see that it's bifurcated there in the middle, and a lot of space for stuff, toiletries, knickknacks, you know, your electronics, whatever it might be. But if you kind of shove all that out of the way, you've got a pretty sizable footprint here. A lot of room, a lot of places to put stuff, a lot of stuff to, or I should say, a lot of room to grow. And then the final kind of feature here is the compression straps. So these compression straps just kind of click together in the middle, and that's going to allow you to kind of cinch down the stuff that's in your bag. So again, this bag is really meant to hold quite a bit of stuff, and you can kind of throw it all in there. So those are all the features in the bag. Let's kind of wrap things up and talk a little bit about my final thoughts. Okay, welcome back. So what are my final thoughts on this bag? So what I would say is that if you're looking for a one bag travel solution, this is a pretty good one. I think it'll do pretty well. I'm not super fond of the materials that the bag is made out of. It doesn't have a particularly premium look. This polycotton on the outside looks pretty durable, and I think it will be pretty durable. It seems to be well made, but it doesn't have a great look, so it's not gonna, you know, wow anybody at the airport. I don't anticipate anybody's gonna kind of like ask you where you got this thing. One thing that's a little off-putting in terms of like the visuals department to me are these kind of loud logos that are in different places on the bag. I wish those were a little bit more subtle, maybe the same color as the bag. But all of that being said, this bag is like really versatile. So for the money, it's pretty competitively priced. You can get a lot out of it. There are a lot of like little bells and whistles in this thing. And it being convertible is kind of its secret weapon. So I already was in a situation where I had hauled a bunch of gear in this bag as a duffel bag. And that just put too much of a strain on me, and I needed to carry it in a different way. And I converted it over to a backpack, threw it on my back, and I was good to go. And that's really important when you have a bag that's this large. This is 43 liters. There are one-bag travel solutions that people travel the world with that are smaller than this. So there are, you know, a lot of things that can fit into here. I do like these extra little flourishes and all these little things that are kind of all throughout the bag, like these rubberized zips, the daisy chains here on the side for like kind of a grab and go handle, so you can kind of grab. There's so many places to grab this bag from if you just want to kind of pick it up and pull it along with you. I like all of those hidden pockets. I like the bottom slash back of the backpack. It's a unique solution. Will I use this for everything? Probably not. I probably will travel with this a few times, but I don't know that it's going to make every travel situation ideal. So I don't know if this is going to solve all of my problems, but I think it'll solve a lot of problems. So if you're looking for a decent, well-made, but not super flashy one-bag travel solution, I would say that this is the bag for you. I plan to take this as my one-bag solution on a trip in the next few weeks, where I will really be testing the metal of this thing. If I have more to say about it, I'll probably make another video at that time. But yeah, I'm actually going to try to give this as much of a go as I possibly can. I'm going to live out of this bag for about 2 weeks, and you know, we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned. So thank you so much for staying here to the end. If you did so, if you're interested in picking up this bag, take a look in the description down below for that discount code from the people at Bagsmart. If you like this video, if you could go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more stuff like this in the future. And if you have experience with bags like this, you have alternates that you might recommend, or you have experience with this bag specifically, feel free to put that in the comments down below. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a discussion going about what are good alternatives, you know, that are out there for something like this, or you know, people who have experience with this bag who can chime in and say how successful they've been with it. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you once again, and have a great day.